Hello and welcome to the 203rd episode of Spooky Reviews from Spooky Ventures. I'm Gary Hill and I'm both your host and your reviewer. This time around, I'm looking at the new Re-Animator 40th Anniversary 2-disc Standard Special Edition. I have to admit that I have a special relationship with the movie Re-Animator. It was literally my first foray into the world of H.P. Lovecraft and part of my journey into becoming a Lovecraft fan. I went to see it in the theater because some friends were going and asked me if I wanted to see it. I had no idea what I was getting myself into, really. Looking back on it, it's hard to remember how controversial the movie was at the time. I remember the buzz around it. Between the gore, nudity, and sexual situations, it was pretty extreme for the time, at least as a film that was getting a wide theatrical release. Seeing it on the screen, the impact was similar. I'd never seen anything quite so over the top at the time. It was intense stuff. Seeing it with contemporary eyes, that impact isn't quite as apparent. What is shown in films has definitely changed over the years. At the time, this was a pretty shocking movie, though. This new remaster just looks so good. I had a previous Blu-Ray release of it, well, I still have it, and I'd say that this print looks better than I remember that one looking. For those who don't know, the movie tells the story of Dr. Herbert West, played by Jeffrey Combs, who is obsessed with bringing the dead back to life. It was the first Lovecraft adaptation from Stuart Gordon, and it really shows off all the things we would expect from Gordon, including a less-than-faithful take on the material. The movie does go from pure horror to over-the-top dark comedy later. Well, not completely. It still fits into the horror category. It's just pretty silly in its shtick. Yet even as it is, it's gory and brutal. I noticed one little detail this time that I've never spotted before in all my times watching the movie. In an early scene in Dan's room, there's a Talking Heads poster on his wall. This is a nice little touch because there is a talking head element to the movie later and a literal talking head line. I think that the movie still holds up today. The soundtrack, inspired by the soundtrack to Psycho, is still very effective. Oh, and I should mention that there is a definite Frankenstein vibe to this. Herbert West is obsessed with his creations, and they wind up as something very different than he intends, much to his detriment. And that's very much a Frankenstein thing. This release is a double-disc Blu-ray set. That means it's packed with bonus materials. First, Disc 1 includes the unrated version of the film, which is quite a bit longer than an edited version that is the only version some people have ever seen. The edited cut is the centerpiece of the second disc. And beyond that, we get all kinds of bonuses, from a feature on Lovecraftian cinema to new commentary, a feature about the Re-Animator musical. Yes, there was a Re-Animator musical, and much more. This is such a great package. I'd recommend it to all fans of Re-Animator. It's definitely a step up from the other Blu-ray edition I own. And that one was very good. This just really ups the game. Spooky Ventures is the home for spooky content and spooky merchandise on the web. Check it out today at spookyventures.com. And remember, always keep it spooky.